top scorer, and the other number 7's not bad either. Full set of substitutes available, and hoping from the bench that they might get their chance to play on the biggest stage. That this competition, which started out as the European Nations Cup back in 1960, it's a terrific tournament to take part in, and even better to win it. Portugal do have a couple of issues worth mentioning, although this is effectively an away game for them. 3 million Portuguese living in the Paris area, so the support is plentiful and passionate, and they have had 24 hours more rest time than their opponents, which, going into a 7th game in less than a month, is surely more of a help than a hindrance. When Nani's ready, away we go.
Yeah, that physical aspect, as you said, Martin, might play a part, and I just wonder whether...
Well, they were hugely respectful of Germany, and rightly so. But, an early sight of goal here for Nani, who's had a terrific tournament as well. Earned himself a move to Valencia for next season.
It's a sweeping ball, and he just catches Koscielny unawares there, Nani. He's in good form.
Put on for Griezmann. It nearly fell for Giroud. It does fall for Sissoko, who's only ever scored once for France in over 40 internationals.
Portugal at the moment struggling to get up to the pace of France. Getting robbed to the ball, just like Ronaldo was there.
And he stayed down, but Mark Clattenburg saw nothing wrong, and France play on. And now Fernando Santos is telling his players from down in the technical area there, you can see him put it out. They used 17 players in that first game, 15 of whom were involved in this squad. Here's Payet, after a slip. Oh, what a good header. That was typical of a man in form from Griezmann. But Rui Patricio in Portugal's goal is having a good tournament too, and he was needed to stop that just looping in.
Starting with a mistake from Pepe.
And William Carvalho and João Mario. And Oster on penalties in the end to Sweden. William Carvalho, we're hoping it doesn't go to penalties here, but there's worse than that.
That is not good news, is it? I think that's the end of his night by the looks of him.
And sheer distress for Cristiano Ronaldo.
Well, I think it must have been that Payet challenge that he hasn't recovered from. And as a player, you know...
In the month of football here. It's a great run by Moussa Sissoko.
They can't handle him, can they? They can't handle that power once he starts steaming through. If there's a criticism, change the shape, maybe change their attitude a little bit, become more cautious perhaps.
He wants to stretch it. Well, it has been the Portugal's. Sissoko has done well, and Rui Patricio well again. It's turning out to be a bit of a duel here.
It just got plenty behind that. It was just but it's a viable tactic for France, that longer ball up to Giroud, and as long as it's a quality one, can bypass the midfield.
First count out for Mark Clattenburg for Cedric. Well worked by referee Clattenburg. Nani's still going. Adrian Silva wanted a bit too much time, but Carrera's got a good left foot, and there was a deflection on that.
Well, that involved two key men. I think Renato Sanchez, now in that central area, can be invaluable in terms of bringing the ball forward quickly. And
in by Payet, and he really works hard, Olivier Giroud, to try and get across the front of the defender. Didn't quite get Rafael Guerreiro stepping in. Now João Mario. Again, you think if Cristiano Ronaldo had been in the middle with his aerial power and his strength to ease defenders out of the way, it might have been more of an end product here.
Yeah, but again, João Mauro and Guerreiro linking up down
the first half of the final. He'd been looking forward to so much, but Portugal have dug in since then. They've kept their confidence. Nani's taking on greater responsibility in that armband. Glad to have Pepe back in their defence. France have tried to be the dominant. The half-time break, Kingsley Coman was warming up for France, leading to all sorts of suggestions that perhaps Dimitri Payet was coming off it. Olivier Giroud got a bit of a knock towards the end of the first half, but they're both out there, and Coman's...
That'll be a good time to get another.
Patricio doesn't deal with it first time, but does second. As you rightly say, Alan, Pogba in there needed to be a little bit deeper. The one that first attempt blocked. His second comes in. Guerreiro gets his head to it, a bit awkward for him. Pogba trying one of those to sit and dip.
It's a decent enough ball. Font takes care of Giroud. Pogba just needs it.
Coman. He's done well here. And that's better. He's created the shooting chance for Antoine Griezmann on an easy one from that angle. And straight away.
Well played.
And got it down, and Mark Clattenburg. He hasn't had too much that's sinister to deal with. It's a cynical foul by João Mario.
There's a sneaky little trip, but not sneaky enough. Good work initially from Giroud. He knew he was in a bit of space and chested it down.
Pogba's ball to Coman. Griezmann! Well, I don't think too many people in the stadium can believe he's missed that.
Well, he's run off Guerreiro at the far post, and I think the left-back thought this was going to be a goal. Does he miss time?
Coman. He'll get back on his feet here, and he has done. For Giroud on his strong side. Another strong save from Rui Patricio. Sagna. Sissoko in too much of a hurry. Out comes Guerreiro. It's a good take on. Just see Nani from the right. Oh! Comes out for Quaresma. Well, that could have been the final decided in a most unorthodox fashion. Moutinho. Nani!
He looks a different player out here to the one that many Manchester United fans might
find a real moment of quality like that from Sissoko. Coman. And then the follow-up from Moussa Sissoko, who's done so much to try and get France in front here.
Well, he's been a standout performer for them. And it's an absolutely thumping drive that's ended up in that far corner. I mean, he's seen it coming from...
Matuidi. Evra. Gignac. He's spin here. He has done! It's still on for France. Griezmann. Well, they'll come no closer without actually finding the back of Rui Patricio's net.
Well, it's a brilliant piece of individual skill. Something I didn't think he had in him, actually.
Lloris, who's had so little to do, but the players have more work, and no wonder Gignac reflects on that. It was a superb turn, and Rui Patricio was beaten, but the frame of the goal came to Portugal's rescue. Maybe they would argue that they deserved that, having lost Cristiano Ronaldo so early in this final. But those who were left have fought so hard and thoroughly deserve to take the contest in. So, 15 minutes each way to go. Still awaiting the first goal in the final. But Taken by Quaresma. Flags up. And it wasn't too far away, but it wouldn't have counted.
It was a nice ball in, nothing wrong with that, but linesman gets it spot on.
Gignac trying to guide it down. There's too much pace on the ball. Apologies from players Matuidi, but not going to spare him the card.
Medea's thrown himself at it over the top of Matuidi.
Here's Kingsley Coman trying to go through the gears. It's a great run, and then William Carvalho steps in, takes the booking for the team, and again gives away a free kick a long way away from the goal. Here is Quaresma. Eder! Well, France survived and look to counter-attack here with Griezmann and Coman. There it is, a corner, and so nearly, Alan. Little casual from Nani, but here we are at half-time. And Fernando Santos probably thinking his team should be in front. Lloris having to deal with the effort from Eder. And a straightforward ball in from a corner. It's still 0-0 after now 105 minutes here in the Stade de France. So another 15 minutes to come. And signs towards the end of the first half. Header by Guerrero. Chance for handball.
Got it.
Been given, and it's within range. Koscielny deemed to have done it deliberately.
I think he thinks he's got the wrong man here, Koscielny.
Ronaldo, but his substitute, Ricardo Quaresma, is a practitioner of the art. But it's Guerrero who takes it, hits the bar. Well, he scored a couple of goals already in his short senior international career for Portugal. The post right at the end of the 90 minutes. And here we are into a good chunk now of extra time, and Portugal could have had their name inscribed on the trophy with that free kick. Here comes Eder. Not got much help. Oh, he doesn't need any help. How about that? The striker who rarely scores has scored maybe the biggest goal in the history of the Portugal national team.
Well, I said earlier, he would have been an unlikely hero when he had that header saved by Hugo Lloris. But that drive from distance, he could not have hit it any better. As you say, Martin, he's not a striker that stands out. But boy, has he stepped forward for his country here. Had a bit of space, they stepped off him, Umtiti, for one, and he turns his back. And Lloris, you've got to produce something special to beat the keeper from there. And Eder pulls it out of the bag.
Well, what a story. He comes from a very humble background, most disadvantaged kid growing up. Coutinho trying to get back. It's an intervention by Rafael Guerrero on the stretch.
They committed 4 men forward, and those 4 lads were the wrong side of the ball when France won it. As you say, Martin, Santos should have been having kittens down there.
Why would you do that? That's for France. Coman needs to get his cross in. Does get his cross in.
Oh, flag's up.
The flag did go up in the end, not on the shot from Martial. Well, that could be that time. But it's the greatest night in Portugal's football history for Cristiano Ronaldo. From tears to cheers and more tears, this time of joy. Their first major trophy against all the odds. And France, just as Portugal did themselves in 2004, fail in front of their own fans.
Earlier, Cristiano Ronaldo missed a penalty. I mean, it was a pretty drab match, and Portugal showed nothing that night to suggest they would be on this pitch here, celebrating in the way that they are. But that's for...
They are maybe party poopers in Paris, but they are Portugal. And tonight they've been simply magnificent. Champions of Europe 2016.